When Democrats get in office, we open the borders. That's the first thing, all right, that the enemy likes to do is open the borders. This way, anybody can come in. We don't know who they are. We don't know where they're coming from or what their intentions are when they get here. All right. That's the first thing. That's the very first thing. So we got that issue. All right. Now the enemy would stir up some trouble. All right. Creating division in the Middle East. The Abraham Accords. Man, oh, man. Man, just 4 years ago, things were so much better. Things were so much better under Trump, man. And the left loves to say that we fearmonger about open borders and that there are real serious issues happening right now with the Palestinians, man. The division that's happening and the anti-American chants are coming to light. All right. And this is not the first time that this has happened. So the enemy tries the same thing every time, in each generation, we have to fight these people. But they're coming into our country. They're already here. These are some very evil people, man. I mean, when you think of evil, you think of MS-13, these Mexican cartels. Man, these bombers and these suicide bombers, they're on a whole another level of evil. That's for sure. I want to go ahead and react to this clip from Fox. People tease us about using Fox, but sometimes they just tell you what's going on, and we got to take it for what it is. That's a trouble that I see a lot of people having. Even in my comments, they have a hard time trusting anything, and I understand that. But at some point, you have to look at things for what they really are, and you have to use your own discernment. I told you guys I like to line everything up with the scriptures. The Bible talks about all of this. But let's go ahead and react to this clip of Fox talking about some of our upcoming issues here with the Palestinians regarding the Muslims and the Death to America chants.
Well, that video is from Iran last week. Protesters in Tehran chanting "Death to America." And now we're seeing that chilling anti-American sentiment here at home in America. Pro-Palestinian demonstrators chanting "Death to America, Death to Israel" at a rally, not in Tehran, but in Michigan, Dearborn, Michigan, to be exact. A city that the Wall Street...
That's like Muslim country, okay? If you guys don't understand that, that's where they dwell, basically. And do I have anything against Muslims? No. But if you're screaming "Death to America" and you're in America, that's a big problem, bro. Okay, it's a big problem. Deportation is going to be at the top of the list of things to do for the Trump administration. Bottom line.
Wall Street Journal has already branded as the jihad capital of the U.S. A protester there attacking America for supporting Israel and then quoting Malcolm X, saying that the U.S. is, quote, one of the rottenest countries that has ever existed on this earth. I mean, it's chilling to think of.
If you think United States is so rotten, okay, and I understand maybe you don't understand the politics of what's happening here while you're living here, but if you're here in America and you're screaming "Death to America," why don't you go somewhere else? You don't have to be here. Go back to where you're from. And not to sound like we don't want these people here, but if you're screaming "Death to America," why should you be here? It's beyond me, really.
About Kennedy, and from some perspective on Dearborn, I want to bring this up from the Wall Street Journal because these chants were happening before the offensive happened in Gaza, the retaliatory offensive by Israel. Check this out. Welcome to Dearborn, America's jihad capital. Almost immediately after October 7th, long before Israel began its ground offensive in Gaza, people were celebrating the horrific events of the day and pro-Hamas rallies and marches through Dearborn. A local headline describing an October 10th event at the Ford Performing Arts Center read, "Michigan rally cheers Hamas attack." To be clear, that is the attack where babies were found in ovens.
Yes, absolutely. And they will not acknowledge that attack. They will not acknowledge what has happened in the wake of that and whether or not Israel has the right to defend itself from that attack. That was the inflection point. But now they're calling for genocide. And I understand this is protected speech. It doesn't mean that I condone it. It doesn't mean that I'm excited about it. I'm absolutely disgusted by it. And what I want to know is these are people who are just...
Okay, so under the Biden administration, this is what we have. I want you guys to understand. Let's talk about this for a minute, because I think that there's not enough emphasis on this right here. Okay, under Trump, no wars. Okay, no wars. All right, I don't know if you guys turn on your TV screens. We got a lot of stuff going on over there. All right, I got a big map right here on my wall. My wife's from Central Asia, and all these countries are much different than us, guys. Like they're nothing like us at all. Okay. These people put their lives on their line for their religion. Like, your average Christian in America, barely wants to speak up about their rights. Okay. Under Trump. Okay. No new wars, no wars under Trump, bro. There's a reason for that. Under Joe Biden, we've got mayhem, literally. All right, open borders. We got the war with the Ukraine and the Russians that we're funding with taxpayer dollars. Let me just make sure that we're clear on that people understand. For the viewers who may not follow this stuff, and it's not for, the average people who actually understand, they keep up with what's going on. But this is for the ones who may not understand what's happening here, or just jumping into politics, or maybe just becoming concerned because they see the cost of everything gone up. The reason why the cost of everything has gone up is because one of the reasons is because we're funding war. We're printing money. Okay. Like Monopoly. We're just printing it out. All right. And not only that, but we're increasing the cost on all the goods sold to these citizens. So the citizens are paying for the war, basically. All the ones that you're getting tax dollars taken away from your paycheck. Yeah, that's going to the Ukraine to fund the war against Russia. OK, that's where your taxpayer dollars are going. Instead of fixing roads, instead of creating opportunities, instead of giving small businesses monies to start up companies, creating more jobs. I don't know. There's a number of things you could do with the money that we're spending in Ukraine. OK. Now we have this war brewing, literally brewing here in our country. We have these people already here in a community in Michigan. They are mostly Muslims. There are a lot of great Muslims out there. There are a lot of bad Muslims out there. OK, that's just the nature of human. OK, there's great humans and there's bad humans. OK, the bad humans here in this situation are suicidal. OK, all right. These people bombed Israel. OK, and Hamas. They bombed Israel, terrified them on the Sabbath, okay, on a Sabbath day, all right? I don't know if you guys know what the Sabbath day is in Israel, but they bombed them on the Sabbath day, all right, the day of rest. They caught them off guard. This is a spiritual warfare, okay? All right, so we got Palestinians here protesting death to America, okay? They're here in your country protesting death to America. Just to be clear about what's happening. Under Trump, no wars, okay? Peace in the Middle East, Abraham Accords. Please look this stuff up because this was really happening. Now, the left-wing media, the MSNBC, CNN, ABC, CBS, they're all going to tell you that we're fear-mongering, that we're trying to get you to be scared, that, Joe Biden's starting World War. He is starting World War, okay? Literally, okay? All right, so all the other conversations about racism and all this wokeism, they're not going to matter, okay? Because we'll get bomb delivering crap out of. All right. None of that will matter. Your skin color won't make a difference anymore. OK, if you're not paying attention to what's happening and you vote in the right direction. All right. To keep us all safe. How about that?
Mired not only in feelings, but very, very angry, hostile feelings that I want to know what their vision for the country is. So let's say America's.
And she's the liberal Fox host. OK, hostess. I don't know her name. I've watched her many times, but most of the time she's crazy. But when these people become concerned, okay, you might want to pay attention because lefties, man, they let things go until it is almost too late to turn back. All right. But when they start complaining, when they start getting out here talking about this stuff, you better. They've already ignored it for a long time. OK, and the reason why they're talking about it is because it's gotten so bad already. All right.
Awful. Let's say this place sucks and they just want to level it. What are you going to replace it with? How will my life and the lives of my children and my family be better under your vision? I don't trust that because they don't have one and they don't want peace. They don't want happiness. They just want eradication.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Ainsley. One protester said it's not Genocide Joe that has to go. It's the entire system that has to go.
Well, if you don't.
Yeah, our women are scared, okay? They're actually really scared. And they have a reason, I'd say, to be, because we're on high alert, man. And yet the government wants to take away your gun rights at the same time. Do you see how this works? They cripple us, raise the cost of everything, okay? Try to take away your guns, bring in all sorts of illegal migrants to our country, creating unsafe streets. Do you see how where this could be going? I mean, this is not fear-mongering. At some point, you got to say, this is actually happening. Wow. Yeah, it's actually taking place. Okay, right now, in front of your face, it's taking place. Sorry, but if we don't get Joe Biden out of office, like, I wish he could get out today. Literally, I wish Joe Biden could go today. All right, because it's just getting worse by the day. And I'm not trying to fearmonger, but we have very legitimate concerns about where we're heading. We have very legitimate concerns for the safety of our nation right now, frankly, because our commander in chief right now, he's weak. OK, he's very weak. And it's almost like he's doing it on purpose, funding both sides of the war, cutting the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, but he knew what he was doing. All right. These people know what they're doing. It's just evil, man. It's evil, the things that they've done to cause these things. If you've been paying close attention at all, you would see what all the things that have happened that added up to the moment that we're at right now. And it's very frustrating to see these things happen. And you're just a citizen trying to live your life. You're just a dad trying to raise your family. You're just a mom trying to homeschool your kids. You're just living here in the United States, the greatest country on earth, and yet people are trying to ruin it for you. They're making other nations jealous of you, saying that we need death to America because they're rotten. This is crazy, man. They got people going against us, and we haven't done anything wrong to them. So this is not going to go. The Bible is very clear about it. God's not having it. All right. For those who worship him, he always will take care of his people.
Like America, and you want death to America. Why are you in America? Why are you here in this country? If you're going to chant things like that, this country is a wonderful country, has given us all amazing jobs. Our dreams have come true because of this country. I think October 7th was one of the saddest moments in history for all of us. We all had nightmares about it. Everyone at home did. We had to watch video.
Anyone from Hollywood coming out talking about this stuff? Because I just did a video with Michael Rappaport talking about how, when Black Lives Matter were tearing up the country, he was supporting all this stuff. But yet when Hamas bombed Israel, no one said a word. Where are the Hollywood actors and actresses right now on this issue? Where are they? Oh, they're buying bunkers. OK, they're moving underground because they're scared. See how this works? They'll never speak out for the truth. They'll never do it. OK, well, America's made them so rich, like the young lady said, they become so rich and wealthy, giving us some of the greatest jobs ever. And they won't fight for our country. Don't you see how this is going to turn out? See, so we don't support Hollywood. We don't support anyone against our interests. We don't support any company. I don't care if you even look like you went against America. We don't support you.
And hear things about babies in ovens, things that we want to erase. Yeah. It was really hard. I think that Joe Biden is now, because he's watching all these uncommitted votes, I think he's abandoning Israel now. And I think that he cares more about these votes than he does on the war on terror. We had a family who their son is one of the hostages. Don't forget, they said, always when you talk about this war, talk about the hostages, 133 of them. There was a ceasefire on October 6th. October 7th, Hamas changed all of that. This is what war looks like. It's sad when innocent people die, but I would hope America would do the same thing that Israel did if it happened here.
Harris, I think that's so well said. And the hostages, that's where my mind goes back to. I saw this last night from Avi Meyer. The fact that there have been 134 people, including toddlers and elderly people, Jews, Muslims, those of other faiths, held hostage by Hamas in Gaza for 6 months is inconceivable. The fact that freeing them isn't everyone's top priority is unconscionable. Bring them home now. I would love to know where Kafir Bibas is, 1-year-old Kafir Bibas.
I want to know where all of them are right now. You know, we found out that the number was 134, like 96 hours ago, and then they turned over the body of one of the hostages. Hamas did. So we don't really know what the number is. We pray that it's still 133. I had on.
Guys, the Democrats have blood on their hands. They do, man. I mean, it's just no other way to put it. They funded this. They wanted this, all in order for them to get the government paid. All right. All in order for them to raise taxes, all in order for them to fund the Ukraine, to fund Iran, to fund Israel at the same time. What are we doing as Americans? Okay, we can't let these people in power anymore. Like, this is crazy. All the things that are going on. Don't forget, we've got great records of all the things, all the YouTube files here, of all the things that these people have done. All right, and it's out of control. It's out of control. The Democrats do so much damage. Like, look at their cities. That's a prime example. Look, judge a tree by their fruits. Look at what they do in their own cities, in their own states. I just did a video on abortion last night, and they try to convince you that, the Democrats aren't they're not about abortion up to after birth. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They've come out and said it. All right. The enemy's telling you what he's about. They have to tell you what they're about. They don't get to get paid unless they go all the way here. All right. The difference between them and the conservatives is we're not concerned about the money as much as we're concerned about human life. OK, so we care about the victims. We care about the children that are dying. We care about the attacks on America, attacks on other countries. We care about peace in the Middle East. That's what we're for. But there are a group of people that are nasty villains, literally. All right, the global elite, the Great Reset. These people are doing this on purpose. That's what it looks like, in my opinion. They're doing it on purpose, willingly destroying. Look at the climate change agenda. They want to tell us that, there's too many of us. Bill Gates has openly come out on TED Talks about depopulation. That's their agenda. Like, what are we talking about here? You start to scratch your head a little bit. You might want to do some research, guys. Slow it down because it may be too late by the time you get this information. Don't let them collapse what we have. We got to start stand up and fight back as Americans, no matter what side you're on. The Democrat Party of 20 years ago is not the same Democrat Party now. They're far gone, bro. I wouldn't even call them far left. They're just off of the grid. They've gone somewhere else. Who knows? But it looks like that they're total. To me, in my opinion, they're demonic, totally demonic and compromised. Money. The love of money is the root of all evil. The love of money, not money. Money's not the root of all evil, but the love of money is the root of all evil. Is what the scriptures say. You can't love money, man. All right. You have to love your neighbors, love people. All right. So this is chilling. I mean, we've got people who want to do the right things in our Congress. We've got people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, and you can say what you want about her, but, I agree with most of the. I'd say I haven't heard Marjorie Taylor Greene talk about anything I didn't agree with. But you have Congress people like that want to fight for the right things. But their voices don't get heard because there are not enough courageous people there who can't stop accepting money. OK, they choose money over the people. We got to redo the whole system.
An Israeli cabinet member last hour, and I asked him, how do you get the world to focus on the hostages? I mean, the world, there should be a global effort putting pressure on Hamas. It shouldn't be about Biden trying to find his foreign policy on the issue. This should be about all of humanity demanding that they give up those people. I mean, imagine if they put a baby in the oven, what they're doing with the baby that they have now. I mean, why isn't the world incensed by this? And look, war has collateral damage. He said this minister from the Israeli cabinet, Nir Barak. But I will say that if you're going to then demand that they do something different, then at the same time, you'll never win those votes in Michigan and Minnesota, those uncommitteds, because you're giving them weapons. I mean, Biden is so duplicitous on this.
Yeah.
So all of our foreign policy woes aside, let's fight to get the hostages. Can't we agree on that?
Yeah, it is a bit muddled. You know, Jake Sullivan reportedly will be meeting with the families of some of the U.S. hostages tonight. But at the same time, they're trying to win back that vote in Michigan.
I want everybody to just stop for a moment and pray. Yahweh, please, we come to you as a suffering nation. Many of us are under just attack from other countries spiritually, other people, other demonic entities spiritually, but we know that you're in charge. We know that you're in charge. There are still many that follow your way. Keep us in your good grace. Let us fight the good fight. Strengthen us together and let all the division in the United States come to a cease, that we could realize what's really important in your eyes. Help us to understand and see the world through your eyes. Help us to have the compassion when we need it and the courage to fight when we have to. In the name of Yeshua, amen. Guys, this has been Yup, I Said It. Please continue to pray for the families of the hostages. Pray for peace. Show God that this is what we want. We want his will to be done, not our own. And we're up against a brutal enemy, guys. Like we're getting attacked on all sides of everything and everywhere, from our food to our water to our spirits. Everything's being shaken. But if you're reading the scriptures, you know that you're supposed to have courage. You have to have courage, okay? When you feel like everything is going to hell, you have to have courage. It's got to make you get up and fight. Men, raise your testosterone. Get some natural testosterone supplements. Speaking of which, I've got a perfect supplement for you guys. It'll get you up and moving. It will light everything up. You have mental clarity. You have the energy that you once had. You'll feel like a teenager again. I'm 44 years old. I take testosterone supplements every day. One specific, here it is. I got to have my testosterone supplement called Testofuel. I'm going to put a link in the description, guys. You would do yourself such a big favor if you wouldn't just go ahead and order it. Just don't even wait. Don't wait. Don't wait another minute. Seriously. Go do it right now. Life-changing, game changer, more energy, alertness, mental clarity. I don't care what the fitness industry says. There are some supplements that are actually pretty good. This one's from Europe. I ordered this from Amazon, but it actually comes from UK. RoaringAmbition.com. They have a lot of great supplements for men, for women. Oh, but this one right here. I've been taking it for about 4 years, and I don't miss a day. Four pills a day. It's all natural. I'll read the ingredients here for you. D3, K2, magnesium, zinc, diasporic acid, maca root, Asian red Panax ginseng, oyster extract, fenugreek, boron, top of the line. The quality of the supplement, by far the best. I've tried many different supplements, guys, probably thousands of them. But this one I keep coming back to. It just gives you that energy. I'm about to go and take some with breakfast right now. Get yours today. Find the link in the description. Order now. Thank you all for joining me. This has been Yup, I Said It. Until the next time, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.